Hello everyone, welcome back. Or should I say welcome to the Outbreak. Resident Evil Outbreak, a PS2 exclusive, was an online game. Sadly doesn't work anymore, because they don't exist anymore. So, you have to play single player, sadly. And I do have Infinity mode, which gives me unlimited ammo and everything, but what fun is that if I can't die that easily? Now, I am going to be truthful here. This is a very hard game, in my opinion, to play in single player. It's not easy at all. And, well, that's because, basically, to make the online system more balanced, they limited the inventory of all the characters. And online, you can have 4 people. In single player, you have 3, including yourself. So you have 2 AI instead of 3. So you limit. You're only missing 1 additional helper. And unless you're playing Yoko, I'll explain each character. Alright, so I have everything in this game unlocked. Everything. So I can be every freaking NPC, including the NPCs you unlock in Outbreak 2. So, I mean, I got everyone. All the outfits and everything, so. Basically, Kevin, he's an officer. He has a special unique gun that nobody can ever attain, and he can't give it away. If I recall correctly, it's in a 5th slot locked in place, so he still has 4 normal slots. Most people's unique items are in a 5th unlockable slot, so that item's usually permanently attached to him. He has a very strong melee kick. He's considered very, how to say, noob-friendly. Mark is a security guard. He starts with a regular handgun as an advantage. He is very good with melee weapons, and he has a okay tackle ability. Everyone has a melee tackle-like ability of some kind. Kevin kicks, though. Jim was commonly considered one of the worthless characters when it came to the online community. He can well, it's kind of hard. It's considered that he has like a luck system. Well, he basically is supposedly less drawn to by enemies and stuff. And I think his coin was in only Foul 2. I might be wrong about that. Does he have? No, that's a. I don't think it. If he has a coin in this one, it supposedly increases his luck every time he gets heads or tails or one of the 2. He'll react good to it. But I don't know if that was in Foul 1. But besides that, he can play dead where enemies will ignore him completely. However, if he somehow gets hit still, like by spit or something, he'll still take damage. It has a counter measurement because there's a virus counter, and when it reaches 100, you're turned into a zombie. George is my man. The good doctor, of course. Why wouldn't I like the good doctor? I always played George almost like 80% of the time. I mean, I'd play other people. I mean, if you want to ask me my favorites, David, George, Mark. I didn't really like using Kevin very much. I actually liked Mark a lot. Relying on melee stuff is a good thing because, well, ammo's limited, and, well, knives don't break, but other melee weapons do break, so. George has a mixing kit that, again, takes a mysterious 5th slot that you can't remove. He can change different combinations of herbs or single herbs into new types of medicine, sometimes giving them a completely different effect from their original usage. For example, he can change a blue poison herb curing item into a normal healing item in a pill form, and vice versa. A green healing herb will change into a poison cure pill. And then there's other combinations of the medicine. I don't remember them all. David is another character that was very commonly used online. He starts with a toolkit. He can make weapons from different spare melee weapons into newer weapons, making them far more useful and deadly. He has a natural pocket knife in his toolkit, so he doesn't need any knives, though supposedly it's slightly weaker. He also has a limited amount of winches he can throw that have an immediate knockback effect. So David's a pretty good melee fighter too. Melee, when it comes to Alyssa and Cindy, they're probably my most least played people. Alyssa is the master of unlocking things in this game, and to be honest, actually I just noticed it just says that. That's funny. Is that supposed to be a homage to the Force game? I don't consider that very useful, because there are a few unique things only Alyssa can ever access, but she's never useful for progression in the story, except for like once or twice in either of the two games, if I recall. In the majority of the case, her lockpicking set doesn't work on many of the story-related doors. So you basically just get a few extra items for using her. In the sequel, she starts with a stun gun, but she doesn't get anything in this one, if I remember correctly. Yoko is probably a better character to use if you're playing in single player, which you have no choice now with no online anymore. But she basically has a backpack. The natural item inventory that everyone has is 4 slots, and Yoko has a backpack, which gives her 4 additional slots. So she's a good item manager character. And Cindy, she has a few different heal techniques. I don't remember if she has the Horb case in File 1 or if that was just a File 2 item. There were additions made in File 2, so. And all the NPCs, they're based on all the main characters, just with a different skin. Certain ones have different starting things, so it's actually not completely disadvantageable to pick certain characters, but I'm not going to be NPCs. I am going to pick the good doctor for our first winning. Now, Lone Wolf is another thing you can unlock. It's basically to make the game even fucking harder on you. I don't know how anyone can do Lone Wolf in most cases unless you're in infinite mode or you're playing as Yoko, because the full inventory slot thing is just a killer on you, for goodness sakes. So we're going with default, and now here's the thing. I've played all these modes and everything online on both games and everything. It's actually one of the few Resident Evil games I play on harder difficulties, but single player, the AI is obviously not so good, so normal itself is pretty difficult. So, to be honest, I'm gonna go with easy for these stages. And while Outbreak isn't as hard, but like decisions on normal by yourself with 2 computers, oh dear Lord, no! Skip that one, buddy. That's a long scenario, even in fucking easy. I remember my first time playing that very hard. Good lord. Only me and somebody playing as Yoko made it out. The other 2 fucking people died somewhere. Never found them. Oh, it was awful. But that's in the future. So here we are. This opening only plays on the first scenario, Outbreak. This is basically taking place during Resident Evil 2 with Leon and that. And we're in the sewer here where we can see these special force people making their way through the sewer system. Sadly, they're not having a good time. Ooh. Yeah. Now, what's interesting is these stories are actually, the last time I ever checked with the storyline, timeline shit, the Outbreak games are actually a part of the storyline the last time I ever looked into it. However, considering the disarray of Soren's stories, they've never truly made a 100% outlining of which story scenarios are and aren't a part of the main storyline, because some of them just can't happen together. Many of them can be connected with each other, but there are certain ones that just make it impossible for them to both happen. Unless you went with the theory of the teams split up, which I always thought would be an interesting idea if they ever either did like a manga or something on that. Then it would make more sense and they could intertwine all the scenarios. But, well, they never went that far. The Outbreak series I always felt was really underlooked. It had a lot of potential to be good. And originally, it was supposed to be on the Xbox too. But for some reason, they never carried on out with that. But considering the early age of the digital age of like getting download content, this actually had a lot of potential on the Xbox. And in the modern market, like right now, I could see this game, it could have been surviving off maps and shit, but, yeah, they never wanted to make a Foul 3. They wanted to make Resident Evil 5 and 6. Ugh. Like, I didn't like the change in Resident Evil 4, but Resident Evil 4 is still a good game, but good lord, 5's just... ugh. Poor guy. Yeah, and also this game had some awesome music here that was composed too. Really nicely touched. You can tell the people who made this game had some heart in this game. It's not perfect though. It was a very ambitious game, so ambition sometimes gets the best of you. But it's time for the plot to start happening. And deep from the sewers, the virus has been unleashed on the poor citizens of Raccoon City. So, in the first scenario, all the killers are chronologically in the same location. However, when the stage starts, only the NPCs, 2 of them will be with me, so... Jack's Bar! Hey, there's Jim. And Sydney and Yoko dressed up. Alice.
There was a disruption earlier at today's football match between the Raccoon Sharks and the Old Port Thunders. Apparently the game...
Raccoon Sharks? Your football team's called the Raccoon Sharks. Oh, it's wet. Yeah, that looks good on your ball. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to be wet too.
Hey, Bob, where's your mind at?
What?
Bob, wake up. Mysterious people are walking in. What the hell? Who turned the music down? Turn that shit up.
Huh? What a weird customer.
Yeah, he's...
Who is this guy?
Damn it. He's unconscious. Are you all right?
Hi. I want your brains! Yeah, zombie outbreak, commencing. Run away! Okay, I'm gonna show you some tips here. Obviously, online is no longer an option, so these are tips for your single-player experience. First thing, we want to delay the zombies as quickly as possible, and there are multiple means of doing it in this stage. So we're going to try our best at doing that. So first thing, we want to immediately do what I was just saying. You want to go to this full spell? Push it all the way. All the way, baby. Once that one's done, go get the second one. Push that one all the way.